The greatest challenge was me talking over that motorcycle passing by.
So this movie looks pretty intense, and you've done some challenging things in your career. Were there any new challenges with this role that you've faced that you hadn't done previously?
Yeah, I've never had to be good at shooting a gun, or look like I was decent at shooting a gun. So there's a lot of physical training, a lot of just kind of posturing that you try and understand in order for it to seem like that this is being a federal agent's a profession that I could pull off.
I can't really explain what they are. It's every day there's a challenge. Hence why this is a picture I wanted to do. But the greatest challenge ultimately was the crew who had to work so diligently to try to capture what we were doing in the middle of the frozen tundra in the mountains, you know. And they had I remember there's an image, I was like, I'm on a snowmobile having fun, just banging around on a snowmobile, and I remember seeing our DP, Ben Richardson, who's just a genius. Neck deep in the snow, with the sticks above his head, sticks meaning like what's holding up the camera, and then the camera, and walking up this mountain to try to capture a shot, you know? And that's just like one instance of it takes a lot of effort on the non-sexy side of filmmaking, in the crew side, it was very, very difficult for them, you know. And I'm sure everybody had fun, had a good time, but that was the ultimate initial challenge was the elements. But the elements for me and for Taylor were a character of the story. Creatively, that's not a challenge, that's a blessing to have all that to help us tell a story within that world, yeah.
I've never worked in the snow before, so that was also new as well, and trying to figure out how I could feel good at high altitude in the snow.
I was playing somebody who was older than me, who had had a 20-year marriage, who had lost a child, so many things that I had never experienced, not even close. So I learned a lot on this, and I learned from Taylor and I learned from Jeremy, and I think it was the best kind of challenge.
And I feel like Taylor's work has such great messages, all the movies he's done. What is the message you hope people walk away with after seeing Wind River?
I hope they just walk away with being moved in any capacity, with whatever they want to take away from it. If it makes them stop and think, and if they feel different than when they came in, that's all I want from a film. I want to think about it. I want to be moved. I want people to care about the story. But I wouldn't judge. I wouldn't, manipulate or assume what I want someone else to take away from it. But I would like this movie to make people feel or think something that they didn't before, in a direction towards growth.
Well, there's two things, because one is it's a story that's based on true events. So I think that I'm happy that there will be an increased awareness about this epidemic of missing Indigenous women. But also just a human connection, just if you can relate to these characters' pain and through their suffering and what they go through, I think it is like a very healing thing, because it's a world very far from most of what America experiences, and we really need to be more united than ever these days.
Out here, you survive or you surrender.